Hey everybody, this is Ryan Hoerger with the Chronicle alongside Nick Martin here at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, where Duke captured its 5th national title in program history Monday night with a 68-63 come-from-behind victory against Wisconsin. Now Nick, when you look at this game, Duke got down 9 points in the second half. Jahlil Okafor was in foul trouble. Justice Winslow had a couple of fouls. How did Duke pull it out?
Well, I mean, there are a couple of reasons why, but the first one is Tyus Jones, the second one is Grayson Allen. Those two went for 39 points tonight. Tyus Jones had 19 in the second half of his 23 points, and he's a gamer. That's what Jones does, and that's what he's done all year against North Carolina, against Virginia, at Wisconsin back in December. He comes up big in clutch time, and that's what he did again today. I mean, he hit a couple free throws down the stretch. He nailed a three-pointer where he got knocked down by Bronson Koenig. And Grayson Allen was the same way. He was aggressive all night, especially in the second half. I mean, he came out and was just attacking the basket. He was taking his man to the hole. There was one play in particular where he goes up against Josh Gosser and he just muscles his way, muscles the ball home, and that gives the Blue Devils the lead one of their first times all night. So you're looking at two guys, one obviously has had his shot in the bright lights before and one who hasn't. But they came through, and that's why the Blue Devils were able to pull it out tonight. Yeah, Duke goes down 9 points in the second half, and then Grayson Allen scored 6 straight, hit a clutch three-pointer, and then drove the lane for an and one. Really got the Blue Devils some momentum back, cut the lead down to 3. Now, again, Jahlil Okafor was the guy most people were wanting to see. He didn't make the all-tournament team, was in foul trouble for most of the night, went to the bench with about 9.5 minutes left with his 4th foul. Didn't come back in for about 6 minutes, but when he did, he made an immediate impact. He got in foul trouble. Frank Kaminsky spun past him a couple times for some and ones, and Jahlil Okafor returned the favor down the stretch. Kaminsky tried to wrap him up, but Okafor was too big and too strong, put it up and in. Jahlil Okafor finished with 10 points, 4 of them coming in that final 3:22. So big minutes for the freshman down the stretch. Yeah, I mean, and as big as Jahlil was, somebody you're going to hear whose names come up when people go back and look at this game is Emil Jefferson. Did he stuff the stat sheet? No, but he came up with some of the biggest plays of the night. I mean, one, you're looking with 11 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. Nigel Hayes seems to have an easy, shot at the basket. Emil blocks him, gets it ahead to Tyus. He gets the and one on Bronson Koenig, picks up his 3rd foul, and Koenig has to come out of the game. And plus, whenever Ja went out of the game, it's Emil who had to come in to step up and guard Kaminsky. And Kaminsky got his like he did all night, but Emil bothered him. He was able to be a little bit feistier with him. His footwork's a little bit quicker and better than Ja's defensively, and he was able to fight around some of the screens that the guards were setting, or Kaminsky was setting for the guards, and really bother him throughout the rest of the night. Yeah, Coach K said after the game, Frank Kaminsky, 7-footer, compared him to Christian Laettner, another AP Player of the Year, just in terms of they're not true centers, they're more of just players. They can do a lot of things, hit the outside shot. Kaminsky had 2 triples on the night, and that's something Jahlil is not a great defending at. Jahlil is a true center. So that matchup with Emil gave Duke a bit of a better chance to slow Kaminsky down. Emil's long arms definitely got in the way of Big Frank the Tank down the stretch. So obviously the 5th national title for Duke. Coach K climbed the ladder, cut down the nets for the 5th time in his career, and the Blue Devils, 8 players, 4 of them freshmen, shine on the biggest lights on the biggest stage, and they get it done. Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the biggest things you're talking about is all these freshmen stepping up. We can kind of assume at this point Jahlil Okafor is going to the league, Justice Winslow going to the league, Quinn Cook's graduating. These guys, this was a one-time shot for this team, and they did it. And, you're looking at a Kentucky team who, a lot of people were saying was one of the best teams assembled. They weren't able to get it done. What Duke was able to do throughout the tournament, throughout the season, was get it done when it mattered most, and that's what they did tonight. And, I mean, that's what people will remember about this team. Yeah, Quinn Cook gets the banner he's always wanted. Marshall Plumlee wins a title in his home state of Indiana. Lots of storylines. Be sure to check back with us at DukeChronicle.com, on Twitter at Duke Basketball, and on the Blue Zone, the Chronicle's sports blog, for all your post-game coverage of Duke's 5th national title. For Ryan Hoerger and Nick Martin in Indianapolis, we'll see you guys later.